What is up, everybody? As you can hear there, everybody from 1974's Black Christmas. Is everybody ready for that? That is fantastic. I've been waiting for this for weeks. Fantastic. How's everybody? Hey, wait, what's up? What's going on, man? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. But lots of thoughts on this one. I kind of grew up on this one. Little story about this one when I first seen it. First time I ever seen this, I was visiting my brother. I was born and grew up in a little, not a little town, just regular sized town called Marion in Indiana. It was Marion, Indiana. Um, and sometimes I would go stay with my oldest brother was 17 years older than me, and his kid was only 16 months younger than me. So my niece was 16 months younger than me, and her dad's my oldest brother was 17 years older than me. Sometimes I go stay so I could hang out with her because we were like buddies because we were so close in age. And me and my oldest brother were close too. He's the one that passed away here about a year ago, a little less. From the state, and I crashed out. I woke up probably, God, it must have been 3 o'clock in the morning, completely dark with the TV on with Black Christmas playing, and it was just starting. I mean, it was just coming on, and I heard that, heard this. I ended up laying there in the dark because I didn't want to get up because it freaked me out so much. This is the most atmospheric horror movie ever made, in my opinion. Anyway, short little sweet story. Scared the shit out of me. I laid there and I couldn't take my eyes off it. I couldn't stop watching it. I've loved it ever since. Oh man. Finished doing some editing on the new show and Horror for All today. Making an intro, and we should mine and night show should be premiering tomorrow. So I'll definitely be putting some stuff on Instagram and this and that for it. For our first episode, our pilot episode, around about an hour. So hey Prism, how you doing, man? Hello, man. Hey Caden, how you doing? Yeah, everybody, please give me a thumbs up there. Hit that little bell because it will be on this channel when I prepare it. It's gonna bounce back and forth between channels. I'm gonna do 2 3 episodes, and then he's gonna take the load off me, and he's gonna do 2 3 episodes. That way, not one of us editing it. In case you didn't hear the name, I love the name. I came up with it. And Horror for All. It's basically for the horror community, done by a horror community. I love that stuff. Slogans are cool. What do you think? It's also let the passion for film. Basically, let the passion for film bring people together and make people who are assholes stop being assholes, and people who are cool even cooler. So, what's everybody's thought on Black Christmas 1974? What's your thoughts on the 2006 remake? I don't even want to know about the latest one because it has nothing to do with it, in my opinion. So fuck that movie. Nice one. And overall, sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, it is, man. I'm not going to tell you. We ended up going through a couple of really good subjects. We went off, pretty much. The editing was interesting. Kind of stuff's fun. Now I just got to make our intro. It's going to be kind of like mine, except for something mixing, me and him. We try to stay away from genre of music. We're going to go more of a horror theme music wise, because I mean, we like a lot of the same stuff, but not necessarily, just something that fits both of us. Mix a little bit of him with me, a little bit of me with him. I don't see any way it could fail, man. The only way it could fail is if it's not fun. If it's fun, I don't give a shit if we get 50 views or 500 views, as long as we're having fun and our close part of our community watches it and has a good time. But I want you guys to watch it, and I don't mean a minute or two. I want you guys to watch it, man, because it's really good. We started the conversation. I got it several days ago. The first one, and we just started talking. I pushed the button. We started talking, and we didn't stop for like an hour and 40 minutes. So we still got a half hour to 40 minutes of footage back that we're not going to use for this one. And we're recording again Tuesday. So but I'm really excited about this show, in case you can't tell. Like remake, but this is very cool film. Oh, absolutely, man. This, to me, this is in the same category as the original Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. They're all, a few others. It's definitely in the top 10, probably in top 5, in my opinion. Margaret Kidder is such an asshole in this. Yes, she is great, and I'm telling you, my ex from years ago, somebody else that we know's mom, um, that was with, we were together for like 12 years. I got with her when I was 19. We split when I was like 31, 32. But she would drink. When she would drink, she would sound like that. Like when Margaret Kidder describing, woof, woof, yeah. The way she's talking is exactly like my ex was. It's hilarious. Me and Drake watched that before and just laughed our asses off. Can you believe that? I'm lucky if I get 3 minutes. Not well. Listen, that's what she said, but I mean, it's just the way she said it. Whoever wants to watch along with me, I'm not sure where it's at. I didn't get a chance. I've been in such a hurry today, messing around with this and that, editing, doing this, getting ready for this show, everything. Spending time with my son, my fiance, trying to spend time with them. So I'm pretty sure it's on probably Tubi or something like that. So I'll be talking about Margaret Kidder and Andrea Martin and all them people along the way. John Saxon, of course, man. Thank you. I hope everybody has a good Christmas. Be careful, man. This weather's so bad, so cold. Try not to go anywhere. Don't to be in Australia. Well, Ninja probably didn't have to worry about that, but the weather's probably nice there in Ninja. Hey, Eric, what's up, man? How are you doing, brother? Well, more. Oh yeah, man. I, so somebody asked me to go somewhere. What I mean, I can just picture it now. It's like, hey, Keith, man, you go somewhere? Like, shit. Shit. We got mouse in your pocket? Fan this version. Really? Why are you not a big fan of this version, man? This version's chilling as fuck, man. You're so weird, dude. Some things we agree completely on, and other things I'm just going, I just don't get it, dude. Now, this Phantasm I can understand, Eric. But Black Christmas, man? This is the most atmospheric horror movie ever made, brother. By far, man. This is so terrifying, man. Oh my god, the score, just everything. This score is like they made this score by like hitting a piano and just just natural shit like that. And the voice by Billy is done by like 3 or 4 different people, including Bob Hart. Um, so you hear all those different voices at the same time. That's why they were all just kind of talking, yelling, talking shit, man. This is so good, dude. Olivia Hussey does a great job. You got Keir Dullea from 2001. I mean, John Saxon. John Saxon, man. So if everybody's ready, give me a thumbs up because I'm going to count back right now. Give me a couple seconds. I got some other news too, but I'll wait till after for that. You got to stick around to hear it. Better pick the right time to come back. All righty. I'm counting right now, man. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It even starts out creepy and weird, man. Imagine being, I was a little kid. Imagine being that age, waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, nobody around, the only lights coming from the TV. And you're in a weird place anyway. I mean, not a really weird place, but I wasn't home. I was at my oldest brother's maybe a week or less every year, like during the summer when I was out of school. And I think I've only been there like a day or two. So, waking up after a day or so there, this weird place, and it's dark and this is the creepiest fucking silent night ever made. It's just all by itself. It's just wrong somehow. You know what I mean? Hmm. Really, it's got one of the most entertaining characters in all of any movie history, man. Nash, Sergeant Nash, the, you know, him. He also plays one of the coaches in the Porky's, played by a guy named Doug McGrath. Remember, he's the one in Porky's. Remember when they're doing the remember with Kim Cattrall? He's hiding behind the things and he's laughing so hard and shit. He can't stop laughing. That's Doug McGrath plays Nash in that. Dude, directed by Bob Clark. He also did voices, and you know what I mean. This is one of those community things. This, of course, a Canadian horror film, and at this time in Canada, they was doing that tax fucking thing. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but basically for young filmmakers to be able to make, be able to afford to make movies. Canada was paying for it. So yes, it is a slow burn, man. But every bit of it, it's just, and there's controversy, between Bob Clark and, of course, before Bob, but between Black Christmas and Halloween, about how when I had originally had the idea for Halloween was Bob Clark because he was going to have Billy get caught at the end of this one, or he gets caught in there, and they take him back, and then he escapes the next year on Halloween, and he's going to call it Halloween. That's what he claimed. But the right two people created Halloween. Well, 40 minutes, but I'll be back. I'll be back. We're good, man. Yeah, man. Shit. We should have had some time, man. You could have jumped on. I could have explained it to you the whole time. You know how I am. Hopefully, if I just watched The Wrestler and enjoyed The Wrestler, you could see. Sorry if I got kind of into it and kind of emotional a couple different times, but I knew that was going to happen, man. I knew it was going to happen. Like when he's talking to his daughter and he tells her, you know what I mean? I just so much you hate me, and so that's so hard for me. It's just some personal shit that I usually don't tell anybody. I usually don't talk about it. But really, you felt Hussey overacted? You guys are crazy tonight, man. Must must be too close to Christmas. I don't know. But what's funny about Olivia Hussey is in this movie is every time they talk about her, they don't talk about, oh, what a great job she did. They talk about she is so breathtakingly beautiful. That's what they talk about. They never talk about her acting. They always talk about that, about how beautiful she is. But she is. I mean, but that has nothing to do with. Now, what I love about this, man, is you never actually see Billy. You never know who Billy is. You see an eyeball looking real weird, and you hear him talking, and that is terrifying, man. Because you talk about a fucking bag of cats, man. This guy is out there. Yeah, yeah. If you just phone call. Now, if any weirdo out there wants to learn how to do a correct prank phone call, this motherfucker knows how to do a prank phone call. You know, I never heard anything else could hold a candle to his seat phone call. Yeah, this is early with Margaret Kidder too. This is oh god, right around the time, close to the time when she made Sisters, maybe a couple of years later. Sister, she did a great job. Margaret Kidder was touch and go. Um, Sometimes she'd be great, and other times she would be so. You know, she just wasn't consistently great. It really depends on what she played, but she does great. If anyone out there has not seen Brian De Palma's sister, watch that. That's really good. She plays like a double role. It's also saying a chick named starring a chick named Andrea Martin. She plays Phyllis in this. Called her Phil. And at this time, she was just struggling, trying to be up and coming. And she never really got really well known, but she was a comedian. Um, this girl here, this girl here at the beginning, it's Art Hindle and Lynn Griffith. Um, yeah, and Lynn Griffith plays a chick named Claire. She ends up being the first victim. With the bag and when it ends up in the attic. She does a thing now, actually, where you can send her $20. And it's on your Facebook or it's on one of these social media places. They're all the same. But you send her $20, and she will send you back a signed photo. I'm pretty sure she's still doing it. What's messed up here, man, is Mark. The kid had died. Too young. You know, didn't she die? Pretty sure she did. Last thing I remember seeing Margaret Kidder in was Zombies Halloween 2, where she played the therapist. Mm. And Lily Hussey's done quite a few things, man. If you remember correctly, she was It, the original It. Of course, she was Romeo and Juliet or whatever. Um, she also did Psycho 4, a really good job of Norman Bates' mother in Psycho 4. Norman, of course, being played in Psycho 4 by Henry Thomas from E.T. That's a good one. I think all the Psycho movies, all four of the Psycho movies. Of course, they got the other shit, weird shit, the Bates Motel movie and Bates Motel series and all this and that. The remake, I don't even know if the Psycho remake's good or not because it's exactly like the original, just not as good. It's the only remake I've ever seen that's like scene for scene. It's like the original. Now, I'm not sure if anybody else got this, but when Barb, played by Margaret Kidder, gets her argument with Claire, played by Lynn Griffith, she gets her argument, and she's just saying, you shouldn't, Barbie, you should play around with people like that, on this phone call here. And Margaret Kidder looks at her, tells her that, she's like, come on, this is a sorority house, not a convent. I'm not sure. I never checked into that much, but it seems like that I heard Claire was raised Christian, or she was going to be a nun or something, and I think that's why she made that comment to her. So, damn, Raji distracted you. Lily, you think it's that bad? Huh? Damn, she had just come off Romeo and Juliet, I do believe, and she was highly praised for that role. But like she did, she didn't really do enough in it to really, she was John Boy's girl. And then Andrea Martin right there with the glasses and the firm. As far as this movie goes, man, one I'm watching tonight. I'm watching the one-on-one limited edition steelbook tonight. I haven't got the 4K yet. It's in the mail though, man. And then there's the house on the back. What you got? What you got? The Screen Factory. Man, this light is driving me crazy. Um, let's look over. The season greetings edition. This is great. You know, I tell them I really truly love the film. It's Season Greetings by Anchor Bay. And then here's one of the original. This is the first DVD that they put out that had some decent special features on it. It's cool. But it's a good one. You get the remake on DVD. And let's see. For Christmas. It's I got a stack of Christmas ones showing here that me and Knight were I was showing on the show that's going to be premiering tomorrow. Like what scene bugged you? That's just creepy, man. He's hiding behind these bags, and you can see where in the closet doesn't stop there. You can see it goes on in. You know what I mean? No, I think Liam Griffin does a really good job with this. Even though character-wise, that meow and that don't sound nothing like no goddamn cat. Why in the hell? I mean, she even says it herself. She said, "Who is that? Claude? Who is that?" So it's almost it's like she knows not she knows somebody in there. Does she think they're fucking with her or what? Hell no. That's fucking retarded. I'm not going in there. That is dumb shit. Oh, yeah, man. I'd held off on pulling the last air conditioner out of my living room window. But today, I pulled that son of a bitch out, just went down, tucked all the cold air out of here, man. I, I couldn't cover it and get past it anymore. I had to break down and get it out of my. That one was just on my chair, the table, and I'd had to pull everything out just to get to that window. I really didn't want to. Now this woman here, man, the house mother. Oh my God, Mrs. Mac. She is completely. There's a couple parts in here that when we get to them, we'll talk about. Yeah, Mrs. Mac by Marion Waldman. We also got Carried Away. Art Hindle is in here. He plays Chris, and he's dating Claire, the girl that just got snatched, and now Billy's carrying her up in the attic. Let's see. Of course, John Saxon, Miss John Saxon. Like I said, other than that, you got Andrea Martinsville. You know. Oh, by the way, if you heard the prank phone call, the Billy voices are done by Bob Clark, Albert J. Dunk, and then a guy. If you watch the documentaries and stuff, you see him. It's Nick Mancuso, and he can do a lot of weird little voices. So most of the voices were his, and the other people thrown in. Yeah, this one is Mrs. Max. It's the first time I ever seen anyone that had a book cut out with liquor stuck in it, sort of. How do you even do that? She got it stuck in the back of the toilet, keeping it cold and full of water. She's got it books. She's got it closet. She's got it in the medicine cabinet. It's like serious closet alcohol. But yeah, I'll tell you, I will repeat the different little funny shit that I think the house mother does. Yeah, this stuff like this, and stuff like this show that I'm putting together that we're gonna premiere, it's all done for this horror community. want to build this horror community strong, man. Um, I'm doing what I can. Of course, Knights exploded. He's definitely leading the pack with that. Um, he's a solid good guy. So he's definitely got the shoulders. You know, he's a solid real person. I trust if he ever had issue with me or anything, he'd say so. He would mess around and go back and all that. We would handle it like grown men. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. He's a solid guy. He's an honest guy. He's not selfish, which is really cool. We've been friends for going on a couple of years now. We was talking about doing this show. Shit, year and a half ago. This some stuff happened in my life, and I was gone for a few months and wasn't able to. And when I came back, I kind of had to start from scratch because maybe not from scratch, but I still was in no shape to do a show. This should be fun, man. Talking about a couple different things. See, basically what it is we're talking about news, the latest what's going on, discussing and breaking down different things about different films and all that kind of stuff. Doing recommendations. You know what I mean? It's just or we got second, third episode scheduled to record. No, I always wished, I don't know about, but I would have loved to have had Olivia Hussey's hair. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, there we go. My fiance in the chat. Hello, baby. I love you. Thanks for coming and give me a thumb. Yo, here's a thumb, please. Oh, I forgot to put that in the banner going across the bottom. The little ticker. Usually like to throw that out there, to give a thumbs up and ring the bell and you know tell you all much love and stamp it, Gore. I forgot the stuff. Dang it. You just tell you look at the people, you tell this is 1974. It's got a different look to it. Canada around this time had a different look to it. To me, it's got a look, the city and the buildings and stuff downtown here where Claire's dad's looking for, almost puts you in line to like Willy Wonka, you know what I mean? The way the hair is, you know what I mean? Kind of got that, it was made around the same time, close to it. Willy Wonka was made a couple of years before, but that's one. But Willy Wonka is great. I have a I have a ridiculous version of Willy Wonka chocolate. 4K Blu-ray, all the bells and whistles hanging off it. I mean, just what I mean, it's damn good. It's even got a golden ticket in it. Yeah, people like yourself, Mike, Eric, all these other fine people. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you for mentioning me in that list, man. That's crazy that I would be named among people like Eric and Knight. Take that as a big compliment. And you are too, man. You're right there with as far as I'm concerned. You're right there mentioned in the same category. I would do for you what I would do for them. I love this picture here. Sitting there, and the old woman sitting in the rocking chair. She goes in and she's sitting back, and every picture comes closer to where she's like, and Claire's dad sitting there looking right at it. He looks at that, and he looks at the house mother, just grin. She's like, yeah. I love the banter, the bullshit between the house mother and Claire's dad. known as Mr. Harrison. And yeah, and, and the poster right behind it on Claire's closet door, it's a peace sign, but it's of course the girl with the legs like this and the guy on top, you know what I mean? The guy ass sticking up. So she reaches up, puts her hand on it to block it, and he's looking, and he's like, you know, he can see it. Not real good, but I think he's got an idea. He can tell she's hiding something, right? She is a good girl. Well, yeah, yeah, I believe that. Like, I don't believe her in that, her and Art Hindle, Chris, the role he plays. I'm not even sure if they're sexually active yet. You know what I mean? I think they're close, but I just think that she's that girl. You know what I mean? Like, Chris gonna have to work overtime. Chris and saying hello to my fiance. She's got a Christmas present for me that I have wanted for years, years, and it's so hard to get a hold of. Anybody who's into horror and loves horror and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna do a video on it and I'm gonna show it, and you guys see what I mean. I wanted it for years, but it got to a point to where the price just got so ridiculous really quickly. They haven't made it in God, I don't know how many years. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I have to know what my 15-year-old got me too. So maybe it's latest kick-ass bells and whistles release from a top director release that just came out from a major boutique company. I'll just leave you with that hint. Only been out a week or two. I'm not saying. So if you guess it right, I'm still not saying. But it's a major director. Doesn't do much anymore, but he's one of the huger names in horror. So come on, to here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Trying to get this cat to come on. Come on, Claude, I gotta go. Here, kitty. Come on, God damn it, Claude, you little prick. Right, she's hollering at Mr. Harrison, Claire's dad. He's like, this is very kind, Mr. Harrison. And then he goes downstairs. He's like, she's a sassy woman, Mrs. Mack. Yeah, I mean, he seems like an alright guy. Claire's dad. He's awfully judgmental. He's awfully, I don't know. He's got this cynical, I'm better than you vibe to him. It's annoying. Fuck him. That's exactly what she was saying. Problem is with stuff like that in there and everything, him sitting his daughter there, he could definitely cause some problems with that sorority and that house mother. Seeing different stuff like that, especially if he got wind of the drinking. And, yeah, he could definitely have her fired. And that'd be a shame because they seem to be close to her. They seem to like her. And you can tell she cares about them. So that would be kind of good. Yeah. Security Way. Not long after he did, maybe 4 or 5 years after he did Kubrick's 2001: Space Odyssey. um, there was a point when making this where they wasn't sure that Keir Dullea was actually going to be able to make it in there. And Dullea was supposed to be, since he had done 2001, he was supposed to be like their, he was their hook to bring people in. Hey, Keir Dullea's in this. But there come a point where he wasn't sure. So Art Hindle, was playing Chris. He's also into Brood and stuff like that. He Floyd read Peter, Keir Dullea's lines, and they said that they were like an Art Hindle's performance, even better. So Hindle almost got that role. If Dullea hadn't came in and made it through and done this movie, Art Hindle would be Peter. I like Art Hindle. He was also in Porky's. He was the younger cop. The Yeah, brother, the older brother to God, I can't remember his name. No, no. I don't think he was the brother. He's brother to somebody. God, I haven't seen Porky's in 10 or 15 years, so I've been wanting to watch it. It's like I've been wanting to watch Revenge of the Nerds, and I finally got a copy of Revenge of the Nerds that I wanted, which is the Deadpool one. The one with the slipcover has Deadpool on it. So we'll be watching that soon. I haven't seen Revenge of the Nerds in shit 15 years at least. Next on the list is like I said, Porky's. God, I want to get the Criterion version of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This one stuff like a Dazed and Confused from Criterion. We'll start trying to, money's been really hard for me both last year, but it's starting to get, it's a little better. So it's starting to get a little better. So I'm gonna catch up on things I missed. Thanks, I got a little bit. I got a little bit of Christmas money I've spent off, and I found Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. If Phil, if you get rid of this, I did find Chainsaw Massacre 2 on 4K with that slip. I got it at Orbit DVD. If anybody wants it, right now it's on Orbit DVD. I don't know if it's still there, but it was earlier. And they have that, and they also have Black Christmas 4K. But the Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 4K, with that nice, pretty ass Vinegar Syndrome slip was $42. Pretty good. Black Christmas with the slip brand new was $32. Next, friend of mine, somebody we all know, Ben from Cadaver Club, come across and grabbed up Opera for me. One that's just like my Suspiria. If you guys have seen it, that big leather bound, that leather wooden, it's like wood is like leather, looks like a book. Suspiria. But he found Opera for me, the Opera that's just like it. So, and he got it for me, so holding on to it for me, and now I got some cash. I'm gonna send him the cash for it so that he can send it to me. And I'll do a video on it. Much thanks and much love to Ben for doing that. And poster, oh my god, yeah, that fucking poster, man. I've always wanted that poster. That poster is just, it's tits, man. It really is. It's the tits and ass, really, because what I mean. Too bad no tits on it too. That would set it off wonderfully. Be a hell of a lot better than his ass cheeks, wouldn't it? Stick a set of Deborah Voorhees' tits on there instead of that guy's ass. It would help a lot more. And it just takes time, man, because that shit's expensive, brother. It really is expensive. And the problem with me is, there's a lot of people after they upgrade to 4K and stuff, they'll flip their old ones. I can't do that. I've never flipped. A, I've never flipped a title in my life ever. Like you see, we got several Black Christmases. I've got like 12 or 13 Halloweens. I got one. I got one a Halloween German media book on the way. Another one that I didn't have. There's two or three other Halloweens I want. I want the German. There's a German media book of Halloween, and it's from Bob's point of view. And you see Michael, and you see his hands right here, and you can see the glasses around, so you can see it from Bob's view. And it's from when he snatched up Bob and put him against the wall and stabbed him. So he's got like this, and you can see Michael right here through those glasses with a knife back like this when he's going to stab him. I almost won that. Somebody else took it from me and got that is a badass German media book. But still need to get Burger Syndrome's up for Christmas. Uh, Still a couple of newer Screen Factory 4Ks I need to get for Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'm getting Skipping New York, Fog Steelbook, 4K Steelbook from Screen Factory. Hmm, can't remember exactly. I know I still need to get craft. Definitely want to get craft. Maybe species. I don't get all the Screen Factory shit like I used to. You know, I got 200 and some Screen Factories. You know, now all ones are supposed to have slip covers do. You know, except one. If anybody knows where I can get a hold of a Darkman slipcover, Screen Factory Darkman slipcover, let me know. Let me know what you want for it. We'll have it because that's the only one that I need. The only slipcover that I don't have from my Screen Factory collector's edition. The only one. Can you imagine getting rid of my regular VHS? Oh yeah, yeah. I have that. As a matter of fact, it's right in there. I've got oh my god, I got friends of people. 1, 2, 3, all the Nightmare on Elm Street, Chainsaw Massacre, Chainsaw Massacre 2. Got some good Universal Monsters, the Hammer VHSs. Um, I've got tons, man, tons. Burial Ground. A lot of shit, man. I'd like to get my hands on the Phantasm. Me a Phantasm shirt too. I have a Hell Knight shirt on the way. I've been waiting. Finally getting a Hell Knight shirt. So we showed that one to Phil too. Because when I talked to Phil months, God, probably a year ago, I was wanting to get these shirts. I wanted to get just before dawn, and he told me where to find it, which is a place I could order it from there in Canada. Well, when I went to it, and they not only had that, but they had humongous just before dawn and Mother's Day, and I got all three of them. But it was sold out of Helmet. But a couple weeks ago, I finally ordered. I got them real cheap. So I want to get a Shining. No, Shining. I have to get Shining. I want to get Scanners shirt, Jaws, Phantasm, and probably a couple of Fulcis and a couple of Argentos. Yeah, man. Yeah. Um, I would love to get those Chainsaw Massacre from Jameis from I think maybe it's White Rags or whatever. God, those are so badass. I have the Halloween ones. It's the only ones that I have. I want Chainsaw Massacre ones. Also got the pre-order. It's been pre-ordered for what, a year and a half now. Still hasn't come to Big Bad Toy Store. The Mezco Leatherface. That is all, man. That dude is, every personality of him. Here it is. He's a little fact. But did you know that there's a certain species of turtle? And she's drunk as fuck. It's all over herself. And she's slurring. She does a great job of this. There's a certain species of turtle that can screw the 3 days without stopping. And she, you don't believe me, do you? Mr. Harrison's like, well, how can I make something like that up? Customer's like, Barb, dear, no, really, they just 2 days. My father's like, woof, woof. Can you believe that? 3 days. I'm like, if I get 3 minutes, you know how I know this? Because I went down to the zoo and I watched them. It was very boring. Well, actually, I didn't stay for the whole 3 days. I went over and I watched the zebras because they only take 30 seconds and make a complete ass of herself. And you believe that? Great. All right, man. I'll be here, dude. Yeah, now she's because she feels kind of bad, She even though she had nothing to do with it, it's like she drove away. It's like she ran away because she had an argument with Barb. But she hates. I think she hates the fact, the last thing she said to her was, rude, and they had that disagreement. And now she's drunk and feels sorry for herself about it. They're just sending her ass to bed. She's drunk, saying stupid shit, and the dad's already worried. And now, well, we just found out a couple of minutes ago that there's now a little girl missing. A young little girl missing. So now they got Claire missing and this little girl. while Billy's still calling. Mm. And we found out that Jess is pregnant with Peter's baby, and she wants to have an abortion. This is early on. It's 74, so I think abortion hadn't been legal very long, maybe. And of course, it's Canada too, so I'm not sure about the difference. But of course, they had a big argument about that. I won't give my opinions on stuff like that. It's just pointless. They, nobody interested in how I feel about stuff like that, and I'm not interested in talking about it. So it's just it's like talking about religion and politics. It's kind of shit you just usually don't talk about with your friends. I'm gonna try to enjoy film. And he wrecked the audition. Played. I could have played better than Peter did at that audition because he was so stressed out about what Jess had told him about being pregnant and wanting the abortion. There's Art Hindle. Art Hindle is wearing this jive ass fur coat in this, man. This coat, Art Hindle looks like a pimp in this movie. I don't know what the fur coat was all about, man, but it looked just like a pimp fur coat. I was going to join that search party with that little girl and Claire. My house mother's getting ready to go visit and stay with family for Christmas. This is like Christmas Eve, I think. All this happens in like one night. Here's yeah. John Saxon's always great, man. Um, me and my youngest boy watched Timber the other night, and we watched it in Italian. So like we like to play it natural and then subtitles. It's supposed to be a foreign language, and it was just odd seeing John Saxon talking in Italian. Of course, it wasn't his voice. I got snowmobiles and everything. That poor mother, that woman, from there and it was getting nighttime and she gets out of school. She's at like 2 o'clock or something, and she's always there within like a half hour or some shit. And here it is, 9 o'clock at night. Um, she saw it. When that happens, it's one way or the other, it's bad news. That's probably watching too much true crime, on YouTube or wherever. Back in the day before streaming, they'd have on A&E and Discovery at the Ring Channel, and then Investigation Discovery came out. Um, but if you watch too much of that shit, you begin to realize exactly how sinister the world can be, and how you can't even turn your back. It's like when your kids leave to walk 20 feet, you have to watch them. You got to make sure nothing's gonna happen to them because you never know where some weirdo's gonna be. Oh yeah, man. Of course, I've seen it lately, and I mean, I've probably seen it 5 times in the last 2 years. All time of the year is Black Christmas time of the year for me. It's just one that I hold in very high regard. Like I said, and I'll stick by it forever. This is the most atmospherically charged horror movie ever made. It has got an atmosphere like none other, man. And it's got to do with the way they make the music and shit. This constantly had the sound of this, ooh, and then like when something happens, you hear like, and they're basically just the way they said on the featurette is they're basically hitting the keys or the piano. That's a cheap, effective, creative, easy way to make a score. Because this movie really doesn't have a score. That's its score. Like, for instance, did you know? Let me give you some trivia, Prism. Do you know the one movie that does not, one movie, no, there's only one movie, one horror movie ever made. And it's a really popular one. It has no score. Zero. Do you know what it is? Without Googling it. And I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it, but you know, I heard this, and when I heard it, I was like, oh, God, yeah, it doesn't. I was going through. I don't know how she thinks that kitty cat got all the way up that ladder into that attic. She's looking for it. Billy's hiding on the other side with that big ass hook. Give up? You give up? There's Claire. She said, there she is. Oh shit. And she's obviously dead. She had to continuously over and over again put this back on her head and sit there and hold her breath with it. That would drive me crazy. Ugh. Yeah. I can probably tell more actual facts about it. But to be honest with you, I've forgotten a lot of them. I haven't watched it in a long time. Um, and I don't like to continuously do, facts and shit. I like talking bullshit, you know what I mean? And I feel like when someone's sitting around constantly doing facts and constantly telling you things that they know, all this that they know about this movie, about every single movie, it almost turns into become braggadocious. You know what I mean? It almost gets to the point where it feels like you're talking down to people, like you think you're smarter. So let me help you, let me educate you. So that's why I'll sit around constantly tell facts. So sometimes I can't help myself. I try not to get carried away. My my whole main thing of what I want to do is just throw in bullshit, you know, as if we were sitting in the same place, in the same house, watching the same news, sitting there enjoying a movie bullshit. Of course, if we was, I wouldn't be talking to. Since it's a watch along type thing, that's why in my, you know, when I list it, I list it as commentary now. I put commentary, watch along, and discussion. Some people like for while they're watching the movie, just watch it. But I hate to watch along where all they're doing is sitting there watching the movie. And, every once in a while they go like, oh man, and no, you know, you can do that by yourself. So I figure, I'll at least talk and bullshit and try to form some sort of entertainment. So I just can't help myself. I have to. I have to talk. I have to talk to you. See you all, and then whoever's watching it in the rewatch. Obviously, it was a little girl. It's a woman's daughter they found. Um, Mr. Harrison, Claire's dad, he was the first one down there, and he looked. You could tell by the way he's like, "Oh my God, don't listen to my daughter." But at the same time, he wants to know what happened to his daughter. So he was kind of, you know what I mean. Of course, he didn't want to find her dead, but he just wanted to know what happened to her. I think it would probably get to that point where you just want to know, you know. Oh, please stop me! Oh God, please. And she's like, I love what she says. She's disturbed. You can see it. I don't know what Ninja's talking about because I think she does a great bit of acting on its phone, being distressed. I mean, this is bugging the shit out of her. She says, "What do you want?" And my favorite line she says, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? That makes so much sense. That's an odd comment to make, But what are you doing? That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying to Billy. What is it you're doing? What is this? So she's saying. But back then there was no caller ID, or you couldn't track it right away and all that shit. It took a long time to even, and I mean, to even put a wire on it to track it. So there was a lot more prank phone calls. So I'm sure she's had quite a few, and she knows that these are different. They aren't like any other. I'm saying this should be standard. Oh yes, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Good point. Good point. Too bad more directors and filmmakers and screenplay writers and etc. didn't didn't learn more from the example. You know, when I said etc., the first thing I thought of was Split. Etc. Said, "You trying to trick me?" Etc. Great performance by James McAvoy. Oh my god, that is so good. I hoped so much, and I had so much anticipation for Glass, and it just they the characters they spent all Split building up and making a badass. Well, several characters, multi personalities. They just tore down and destroyed in Glass. I don't understand that, man. I don't understand. Sometimes in like Shyamalan can be brilliant. And other times you're just like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like he has to hit it big and then completely derail the next time. You know, no, I don't think he's like like a lot of people. A lot of people think that a lot of his films are bad. I don't think so. I don't feel like his films bad at all. I don't like Lady in the Water, but I do like The Village, and I do like that twist. Um, Huge fan of Sign. Sixth Sense is good. Great performance. Great performance by Donnie Wahlberg in that. You see, I like The Visit a lot. I think it's got some good scary parts. Um, they did a good job with the found footage or you know, that type of genre. I like The Happening. I think The Happening is pretty cool. I thought that was, plants and trees were fighting back. They're sick of us fucking with them and fucking shit up. You know? That movie has one of the coolest beginnings of any movie. They're working on a construction site. Next thing you know, bodies are walking off the fucking roof and land flat, flat, boom. It's like that's the beginning. Now you can see why people look for it and they expect it. They intentionally made wanted you to think it was Peter, because look, there's Peter right there. Billy's got the same kind of haircut. You can tell by the shadow. Billy's even wearing a green sweater, the same shade of green as Peter. Now, I think my theory is that there's two killers in this. Now, I don't. I think Peter. Um, I think Peter does a killing here, or he's going to. You know what I mean? Um, but I know he's not aware of Billy, and Billy's just kind of ignoring him. Because Billy just kills women. Um, but I think Peter was involved a little bit. Not with Billy, but with his own shit. I think when she said, when she wanted to get that abortion and he screwed up on his recital, and he destroyed it, and now he's out of school, and she's basically breaking up with him. I think he's kind of lost his shit. I think he had every intention on killing her. I think when she defended herself against him at the end, I think she had needed to kill him. Now I don't know, because it's weird. Whoever runs, I'm not sure Billy ever came out of the attic in that end part. when somebody's in the bedroom there with Barb and Phil, when they're dead and he's killed them, they're on the bed. Look at that eye and that face, and then that green sweater looks just like Peter's. When you watch it, pay attention to it, man. Pay attention to it. It's a green sweater just like that, because you can see it when he reaches through the stairs to grab it. You can see it. It's exactly like that sweater. I think that might have been Peter, and I think at that time Billy was upstairs, and Billy had been up there the whole time. I mean, it's a weird theory. I'm trying to really sit down and go through it and pick it apart. Actually, if I'd have thought of that, I would have put something together and made something like that. Pictures or scenes narrated it, but I didn't think about it till just now. I've always sort of had that theory. Thank you. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I was talking about before earlier with the fellatio. Nash had no idea what fellatio was, and there's that cop sitting over there losing it. Man, he's just, oh my god. He is listed. If you look it up like Wikipedia or IMDb or whatever, um, he's listed as the laughing cop. He's like, he's got a name. I mean, John Saxon says his name, but where's the listings? He's just a laughing cop. This guy lives to be entertained by Nash, I think. And he's calling him over here. You're like, well, what's this? That's never the story else. Fellatio. Well, yeah, it's New Exchange. FE. New Exchange. Get it? Exchange. Fellatio. Yeah, fellatio. And this couple over here just losing it. One of the girls was this afternoon. She gave it to me. She gave it to you. Fellatio. He said, okay. And he's standing there, he's just looking like a total idiot. And they wait a few seconds and he goes, I know, it's something dirty, ain't it? And then he says that couple just loses it again. Yeah, I know. Something dirty, ain't it? And then that couple, he comes pissing himself. He's laughing so hard. That's why he still has a job, Nash, because Nash is an idiot. Nash still has a job there because he's like their jester. You know what I mean? He provides them with entertainment. You gotta have entertainment. Must have entertainment. Entertainment helps the world go around. Look at this big gaudy ass tree. It's got so much silver icicles hanging off of it. It looks like it's encased in a big spider web. You cannot get carried away with decoration. Everybody does here and there, but Jesus. I mean, the branches are sagging on the damn. Let's get one thing straight. You are not going to abort the baby. She's never going to tell me what I want to do with my body. He goes, you're not, I think you better leave. He's like, yes, you try to leave now. He's like, you're going to be sorry. This is when they start tapping the line. But back then, it took so long to tap it. I mean, you had to keep them on there a few minutes in order to be able to tap the line and get a trace on it. It was, they didn't have any real, actually, good computers yet. They're good for the time, I guess. And they didn't have just anywhere. They were the big computers, kind of what they showed like at scanners that Cameron Vale destroys. That's one aspect of it. Yeah, wait for this next show, Tuesday. Looking forward to talking about the mean one. It's weird because that's that one. It's that Christmas movie about the Grinch, and this is a serious movie. When I first seen it, I was like, oh, that's none of those goofy comedy type Christmas shows. No, this thing seems like I see think it's supposed to be funny in it. Like you got the Christmas play, Christmas, you know what I mean, and it's got the whoa, Merry Christmas. It's like basically a Santa Claus Terminator, right? It's got a comedy element to it. Violent Night, it's of course got a comedy element to it. It's got a little, one liner cracks, just whatever. I haven't seen it yet, but you can tell It's got a lot of that going on. But this one with this Grinch, and the makeup looks just like the face. You don't see it real good a lot. But when I seen it, it looks like the Jim Carrey um, Grinch face. Just pissed, just evil pissed, not just pissed, evil pissed. So I'm really curious about this. I guess maybe I've seen people that did Boo or something. Little trick cop pull on that. They went up to Claire's room and he says, "So you said you seen her sometime this morning?" And he's like, "No, last night." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a cop trick, trying to get him to slip up." He knew damn well they told him several times that last time they talked to her was last night. And so he just casually just like, "Oh, so you said last time you see her was this morning. What was she doing?" "Oh no, last night." "Oh yeah." That's cop 101 right there. He plays such a good cop, you know. And then almost 10 years later to the day, about 10 years and a couple months maybe, plays a cop in Nightmare on Elm Street. So basically the same role. You know what I mean? He basically took this role and then brought it to Nightmare on Elm Street and changed the name. Yeah. They had a phone guy come to the house and everything for the Apple Estate. Now they have your number like right away now. Can't pull bullshit anymore. Can't play with the phone. Cannot play with the phone. Anybody seen the old William Castle movie in the '60s? Not exactly year. I'll check it out here in a few minutes, but it seems like it's early to mid '60s maybe. Is that movie called I Saw What You Did? You know, it used to be called I Saw What You Did and I Know Who You Are, but in the last 20, 30 years or so, they just called it I Saw What You Did. But that's a really good one. If anyone hasn't seen it, check it out. It's called I Saw What You Did. It's by William Castle. Got oh God, John Ireland is in it. He plays a psycho. Also got Joan Crawford in it. She was kind of heading toward her Haggy type feel and look. I absolutely adored Joan Crawford when she was younger. I don't care what they say about her. I don't believe she was the mommy dearest and all this. I think it's a story sold book. I mean, some of it might be true, but I do not believe that she was that mom. I think she got pissed because no money was left to her. And all this, they always butted heads, and she decided she could defend herself now when she was dead. She was way to book, no way to stop. I'm not saying Joan was innocent. I'm just saying, you can believe that it went to all the wire hanger bullshit. But yeah, I don't know. I love Joan Crawford. A movie called the Women. Fantastic movie. Watch that if you get a chance. It's so good. And then of course, Mildred Pierce. Joan Crawford is she's beautiful in that. At that stage in her life, at about late 30s to 40, Joan Crawford. I don't know. She just had something about her that was very attractive to me, and her acting was just right on point. She's so sympathetic in that movie. First movie she ever did like that, where she had changed the roles, where she had become more the vulnerable type. She wasn't the bitch. She was actually the protagonist type role, and I loved it. And not long after that, she did Sudden Fear with Jack Lance. And then she got Haggy, man, and what I mean, like the eyes, from my night gallery, and that's all you did. And, um, and in between those two times in the early '60s is when she did What Happened to Baby Jane, which is great. Her and Betty Davis great together. Bad they couldn't have. Bad Joan couldn't stay and finish and actually play that role she's supposed to play in Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. I'd love to have seen her in it. Uh, and now her job is to sit there and wait for this phone to ring to hear these horrible, horrible prank phone calls. And if you notice, there's only a call after there's been a murder. Billy makes the call after he kills somebody. Of course, Jess doesn't know that. She knows people are getting killed. I think this might be with Barbara's room. Because remember, Barbara was sent to bed because she was, drunk and being an asshole. So they had to send her to bed so she could keep herself out of trouble and stop harassing for Mr. Harrison, Claire's dad. He's having a hard enough time anyway about this drunk idiot talking shit to him the whole time. She's just tormenting the fuck out of that guy. Because I ain't she seen what I've seen. He's kind of snotty and he kind of looks down his nose at you. Yeah, I think that kind of pissed her off. So she decided she would kind of poke at him. Yeah, she wake up having an asthma attack. She said she saw a nightmare. Somebody was in her room. And one little nightmare, Billy is in there. That's scary to it. I really start to think about that. He's in there right now the whole time. She thought it was a nightmare, so she's not on guard. She's like, oh, okay. Lights came on and everything, and there's nobody here. So it's and she, when you think about the fact she actually seen him, played off his nightmare, and then lays back down, crashes out. Jess leaves, and then all the unicorn thing. That's creepy as fuck when you think about it. He was in there this whole time. Like just got she yeah, it's showing from his point of view. She's got her back to him, and everything, and there he is right there. I did like I didn't love Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane, but I thought she did all right. She did bad. No, she's not who I'd have picked as Lois Lane. I don't think not that she's unattractive or anything, but I just always had Lois Lane is a little more attractive than that, a little more attractive than what Margaret Kidder was. I know it sounds bad. I mean, I don't mean it bad. Really, I don't. Because I like and respected Margaret Kidder. I just always had, Lois Lane was supposed to be like this, but it's the look that don't fit so much. I think she does a good job acting. But my favorite thing with Margaret Kidder, as far as when she was in a leading type of top role, this really, really weird. It's got an odd vibe to it too. Well, Brian De Palma's earlier film. Even before Carrie. Oh God. I mean now or then in the late '70s when they started making the Christopher Reeve Superman, the Donner Superman. I'm trying to think of who was around right now. Would have been really good for it. God, who was around back then? Who could have done that? Um, Let me think about that for a minute. Shit, man. I I know for Man of Steel, I definitely would. And like I said, nothing against Amy Adams either, but I would not have picked Amy Adams for Lois. Well, I guess Man of Steel 2, for anybody who cares about that, that's Man of Steel 2 is not going to happen. A few things are going to happen. There's not going to be a Black Adam 2. I guess Black Adam failed at the box office. Now I'm thinking about that. Because you gotta have black hair in my opinion. You just gotta have black hair. Got to. And you gotta have like a bluish eye. You know what I mean? You gotta have a from back then. I, oh, how about this? Jacqueline Smith. Jacqueline Smith from the late 70s. Is Lois Lane? If I'm sure you know who Jacqueline Smith is. Or even um, Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels. She has black hair too. Jacqueline Smith, man. I don't know. I think Jacqueline Smith would have been good with it. I'd be interested to see her mixed with Christopher Reeves. I'd be interested to see Jacqueline Smith do the roles and play that role that was written for Margaret Kidder. What you thought about either Jacqueline Smith or Kate Jackson as Lois in the late 70s? What you thought about But yeah, they can dye the hair. But you gotta make sure you get the complexion right because black hair, I mean, don't sit on just right on just anybody. Just like having a war removed, and that now she's starting to think it's Peter. But she's wondering, oh my God, that's what Peter said to me. Or she doesn't know the aspect of the killers now, which this was one of the first things that ever did this. This is before When a Stranger Calls. Yeah, I mean, because Jacqueline Smith was a little more skilled than what people know. She mostly did the Charlie's Angels shit. But I don't know. Oh my God, another one. Um, uh, Linda, Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. That would have been very interesting. Linda Carter as Lois in the first Superman, 77, 78. That might even be better, man. Take the Wonder Woman off her and have her, I don't know, man. Toss up between Linda Carter and Jacqueline Smith. I don't know, kind of if Linda Carter could not come up as a Wonder Woman, you know what I mean? Because as she played, you know, in the Wonder Woman show, she showed that she could be, you know what I mean, more than just, when she's the alter ego. She showed that she could be, not so worried, you know what I mean? What do you think about that? What do you think about Linda Carter? That's an interesting pick too. And she's got some black hair. See, I'm picking good ones that have black hair that were really pretty that I thought could have brought the femininity and and the vulnerability too. Hey, Nate, what's up, man? Well, we're just discussing. I was talking about Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane in Superman movies, and I was saying that she did all right. I just don't think she was quite pretty enough for Lois Lane. And so Prism asked me who I would have picked. Who I would pick, and so I wasn't sure if he meant from now, now if they did it or late 70s. So I just picked in the late 70s. I picked Kate Jackson as a possibility. Oh, not Kate Jackson. Jacqueline Smith. Jacqueline Smith from Charlie's Angels, of course. And then I said also Linda Carter that played Wonder Woman, like dressed like Lois Lane would be and acting like Lois Lane and not Wonder Woman. That would I don't know. They both got that black hair, nice black hair. They both got the look. No, thank you. And you notice I'm picking them from those times when they were in their prime at that time. That's the hard part. That's what I'm trying to pitch here. Um, man, there's a few. There's a few others too. There's a lot of, but that's been a long ass time ago, dude. So it's like, I'm trying to remember. A lot of different actors. I just can't. Some I'll think of, but and I'll be like, oh man, she'd be good. But I cannot think of the name, so I didn't bother saying them. And of course, Superman. We don't need. We didn't need anybody else. To me, he is Superman. Christopher Reeve's Superman. I'd like to have seen him maybe an extra 20 pounds of muscle on him, but hey, he was okay the way he was. He just in a perfect world, his arms and chest would have been over, but that's all right. That's all right. Chris Reeves is still a badass. Yeah, I don't understand Amy Adams as Lois Lane, man. Because you talk about somebody that does not have the right look at all. I mean, Lord. But yeah, that's the combination for a good Lois Lane. You got to have a combination of incredible, great looks, black hair or hair if you dye it, it matches up the skin because it's kind of hard to do, and really good vulnerability and good acting skills. She's got to come off as vulnerable because Lois Lane was vulnerable all the time. Yeah, there's the others too where I can see their face, and I remember them from way back in the day, like 45 years ago. But I just can't think of what's her name. Hmm. Another one that might have been pretty good for it turned out to do it all right. Is that acting for a little bit? Priscilla Presley. That was interesting because one time she had black hair and she had the looks and she definitely had a vulnerability and a cuteness to her. That would be interesting too. I'd like to have seen her start doing shit back in the late 70s. Which colored her hair later, but early on her hair was black. Yeah, you're probably going to see just off the wall picks from me. When you ask me questions like that, you're probably going to see some interesting answers. We're not going to be your run of the mill everyday answer. Now, today, like say you pick somebody from today and take them back to the late 70s and have them play Lois. Shit, I don't know, man. How many black haired women do you see are women that give off that strength and sassiness, yet a lot of vulnerability? And Henry Cavill is like the only Superman. Something's wrong with him is I'd like for him to be a little taller. But other than that, he's a great Superman. And I like Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is good, really good Superman movie. Oh my God, Zod is fantastic, man. He is such a good fucking actor, man. Let me show you. Mike, Michael Shannon, one of my favorite Michael Shannon. Of course, he's great in Runaways and shit like that. Let me show you one of my favorite shows with him in it. See if you guys have seen it. There's it down there. This this is a great fucking movie, man. This is a good fucking movie. Great movie. The Harvest. If you haven't seen it, watch this. Michael Shannon. God, what's her name? Because the woman he's married to, and the woman who plays the mom, also played the head of the Whisperers. Yeah, Samantha Morton, I do believe, or something like that. Yeah, she is crazy as fuck in this, and she is so good. Like I said, she played the head. See, you see right here. She played the head of the Whisperers on The Walking Dead. She was a treat, man. I wasn't real big on the Whisperer storyline. I just, I felt like it was grabbing a bit. So the show was kind of losing its steam a bit, especially after Negan. After Negan, where the hell are you gonna go, right? You know, Dee Morgan is just fucking so good. But she did a great job. She's a damn good actress. And those two together, and Michael Shannon is a damn good actor. So that's a damn good team up. Michael Shannon, man, he can give you any feeling he wants, man. You can like him, you can hate him, you can be weirded out by him. Michael Shannon is one of the greatest actors walking today, man. It's, period. Michael Shannon, Colin Farrell. Oh my God. Of course, you know. One second. Oh my God, where is it? Uh, Here it is. Here it is. Now this man here, so we're missing, like this, but um, anyway, Barbara got killed, and Phil was going to bed. She had a headache. This right here is a great addition to this. This is Gangs of New York. Yeah, oh my God. Leonardo DiCaprio is another one of the best actors walking today. But I'm telling you, the man, best actor in the world, is that man right there. Daniel Day-Lewis is the best actor alive. This is a fantastic version. If you can get this, you can get this cheap enough. It's kind of pricey, very limited. It's from Nova, I do believe. And this is, this is what, a fourth of this 1/4 of the full slips they have. This is a full slip, but there's three others. If you get all of them, it's full slip. And it is a great addition of Gangs of New York. Great fucking movie. Me and my son started watching their movie Blood, which is like ridiculously good in that too. Daniel Lewis is just unbelievable. I stood in a basket. But yeah, oh my God, Michael Shannon, Daniel Day Lewis, Colin Farrell. Oh my God, man, Brad Pitt. I think man, I've always thought Brad Pitt was a really, really talented actor. He does a lot of weird off the wall shit, and he's not really known for that. But when the chips are down, Brad Pitt can act. You know, here we go. Yeah, he's breaking her again, and they're trying to trace it again. He just killed Phyllis. What's your thoughts on them, Prism, Jason? What's your thoughts on my pick for some of the best actors? Also, don't forget about Xavier Bardem. Is Anton Sugar, No Country for Old Men. Wow. And speaking of No Country for Old Men, Tommy Lee Jones. Who's fucking better, Tommy Lee Jones? Who better than Tommy? Nobody. You guys have any opinions on my picks and three or four actors? I say there's three or four of the best alive right now. You guys agree? You guys have your own that you think are better, or do you think are as good, or what your pick would be for the best? I haven't got the actresses yet. It's something that we're gonna cover on in horror for all. It's a horror, but here and there we're gonna like we're gonna talk about Creed 3 here next week. Oh my God, dude. Leonardo DiCaprio, man. If anyone has seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape, he plays the best. He does the best job I've ever seen someone play of a special needs person ever. I've never seen better. Not even Dustin Hoffman as Rain Man. Nope. Leo's better. Leo was better then, and he was 15 or something. So, Caprio's, yeah. That's just such a good film, man, because it's got so many great actors in it. Gangs of New York does. And it's one of the lower rated Scorsese's. Look at the job Leo did in Shutter Island. Shutter Island's a kick ass movie, too, man. And he was surrounded by damn good actors, and he outshined them. Look what he did in Django Unchained. Look at the people he was surrounded by there. But yeah, I believe that yeah. I believe this man right here is the best actor alive. If you don't believe me, watch Gangs of New York, and there will be blood. And if you want to push even further, watch Lincoln right after. And if you don't believe that, go back and watch My Left Foot and The Last Mohicans. You know what I mean? Shit, it goes on and on and on. Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins. Watch Tim Robbins in Shawshank Redemption. Watch Tim Robbins in Mystic River. Mystic River. Sean Penn got that. Um, got the best actor that year because he was leading, and Tim Robbins got the supporting. If he was in it more, I felt Tim Robbins deserved. And don't get me wrong, I love Sean Penn, and I was glad he finally got his Oscar. He should have got it for Dead Man Walking. But Tim Robbins outacts Sean Penn in Mystic River. And then, shit, even Tim Robbins, a small little role that he played in War of the Worlds remake, he's scarier than shit in that. Oh my God, Arlington Road, something like that. Is that it? Oh, yeah, I do believe it's Arlington Road, maybe. Oh God, I seen that. Oh my God, 20 years ago. I think it's Arlington Road. Google that up and see if I'm right. Jeff Bridges, she is. You talk about Jeff Bridges the last few years. Watch Jeff Bridges in Starman. She is. Jeff Bridges steals that, man. That is such a good movie, man. That movie touches me, man. It gets me because I put myself in the place of Karen Allen. She just lost her husband. Um, and then 6 months later, alien comes in and makes himself look and talk and everything just like her husband. And then she goes through and she falls for him all over again, just for him to have to leave her. And it's like, it is so heartbreaking, man. I am a sucker for that kind of shit, man. I'm a sensitive dude. I mean, I'll kick your fucking asshole. You fuck with me, I'll knock you out, slap you right in your eyeball. But I'm also sensitive too, man. And as I've gotten older, I've kind of become a pussy. So I don't slap as many eyeballs anymore. Kind of calm down. I'm afraid to slap somebody's head if I hurt my hand. And try to hurt myself. Arlington Road, yeah, yeah, remember that. Came out around the same time as oh God, the movie. Oh, Half Pupil came out around the same time. Oh, yeah, yeah. Nash let her know that the caller is in the house, and she's hollering up there for Barb and Phil, and they weren't hollering back. Now here's the part I'm talking about. She saw this open, and she's in the bed here. Now when she looks and she sees through the crack, he's talking to her. Just don't tell him what we did. And looks out here, and you can see him. and he's wearing a green fucking sweater. When he comes around, he's wearing a green sweater just like Peter had on. Now the eye don't look like Peter though, does it? I guess I don't look nothing like him. Different color. What do you fucking borrow Peter's sweater from there? See, because if you're watching this, watch when she runs back and he reaches through the banister at her. Look at that. Look at that green sweater. Yep, yep, it is, man. Now she's lucky here when she goes down his basement and locks the door. She's lucky that the door pulls this way because if he could have kicked it, if it had swung in, he could have kicked it and he would have been and he would have been on her. The lock was here and then there's a door sill. It slips in there. See, it goes the wrong way, and the only way he could get in it would be to pull it open, and that's hard as fucking that situation. He just like so. If that's Billy, Billy just went back up in the attic. He go for play with that horse here or whatever. Play player. I don't know. Talk to her or some shit. Crazy. Billy's out there, man. Billy lives somewhere different than everybody else. Obviously a pervert. Like I don't know where Bob Clark came up with that shit. I couldn't even contrive saying that shit on a prank phone call. Like, I could even, I'm pretty creative, and I couldn't make up those prank phone calls. I was soft my juice. I was like, damn. Hmm. It could be the same person. Yeah, but Peter's dead. Billy's still alive, and he's there at the house because for some reason they didn't, even though somebody was still missing it and found her yet, they didn't go from the attic and look. I don't know if they just plan on coming when they come back with the state people. They were going to do that. That's the excuse that I give them because otherwise that's kind of a plot hole, man. It's kind of a goofy plot hole. It's like I don't want no goofy plot holes in my life. So I'll make up excuses for them. They were going to do that when they came back. But why in the hell well, I guess it makes sense they leave her in there because they thought they got the killer. But yeah, Billy and Peter couldn't be the same person, man. But Peter's dead and Billy's still there. He's in the attic the whole time. And when they leave, he comes down because because as soon as it's backing away from the house, phone starts ringing, and he only calls after he kills somebody. Well, then who's coming down from the attic, man? Who's coming down from the attic and talking all that shit? You can hear him talking. Are you watching right now, Prism? Are you watching along? You're watch, man, and turn up and listen to it. That's Billy. He's whispering and shit. That's Billy. He's there the whole time this bullshit's going on. He's up in the attic or rooming about the house, fucking I don't know, using phone calls, mom. I don't know. He's doing something up there, having a sandwich. Yeah, because if you're watching, since it's been a long time since you've seen it, watch this, man. Billy's alive. He kills her. Yes, doesn't show up, but you know damn well that he came down here because they left her all alone. He kills her, and then as they're back away from the house, the phone starts ringing, and that's when it ends. That would be cool though, if he would have still been there and made that call because if Peter played the same guy. Because Peter's kind of disturbed, man. Carrie Lay does a good job of coming off weird. He's kind of fucked up. And when she told him she wanted that abortion and shit, she broke up with him. He just kind of, oh, that would be a great weapon. Right behind Peter there is a set of it looks like good and sharp ice skates. Them motherfuckers are nasty weapons. Trust me. Trust me. He's still alive, and it makes it obvious that he's still alive. This may be one of the first times that I ever watched this 101 Spielberg version. Just let's slip $1 billion down. Damn, that's pretty deep. I guess I never considered that. I always look at shit. You know what I mean? Very few films that I watch today that I look at, with that type of aspect. I usually look at them at a realist point of view. So yeah, I guess if you look at it from that point of view, yeah. Don't have a theory yet. That's what's cool about theories is everybody has their own. That's what makes it interesting. Like if you look up collective learning and Rob Ager and everything on his Shining theories, this guy does more Shining theories than I don't know. This guy, if it wasn't for Shining theories, man, I'm not sure he'd have a channel. I mean, he talks about other shit, but you know, the only thing I don't like about his theories is he always has, The Shining and at least the last couple of years, he's trying to tie in sexual assault and sexual abuse theories with Danny and Jack and stuff, and that pisses me off. Ain't no fucking sexual abuse with Jack and Jack. Come on, man. He's just a drunk and he's fucking a little nutty in the head, and don't be going there with Shining. That irked the shit out of me. Man. Fucker did the same thing with The Exorcist. What the hell? Like someone was, reason she did it, she wasn't exactly possessed, blah blah blah, something. It was a manifestation of sexual abuse and all this kind of shit. It's like what? Don't even talk about The Exorcist. You say stupid shit. But yeah, it's something encapsulates the feeling of really, yeah. I mean, I never thought about it, but that's a completely different man. That's a pretty cool place for your mind to come from, man. Because you know, sometimes I think of things too much from a realist point of view, and that makes shit difficult because that means I overthink things. Um, you know, think things that should be simple, I make it really hard, and a lot of good things comes out of that. But then a lot of things don't. You know what I mean? It holds me back in a way. Actually, like, I think some people think that I should do these watch-alongs. I should do these watch-alongs more traditionally instead of talking. You know, and talking it through and reciting lines and all this kind of stuff. I like the way I do it, you know. And I get a decent amount of views now, so somebody must like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Main part, making up ideas, something and trying. So yeah, you don't believe it yourself. Yeah, but I don't think I could do that. No, I don't do a whole lot of theories because in order for me to do the theory, I would have to truly believe it. Which everything I say, I'm like that with. I have to truly believe it. I could never sit around and just bullshit about shit that I don't even believe. It's just not how I'm made, you know. See, there's another part of that making shit too difficult. You know what I mean? Too serious sometimes. I'm extremes. If I'm serious, I'm too serious. If I'm fucking around, I fuck around too much. There is no in between. There is no between. There's only one or the other. There's do do or do not. Yeah, I have to believe it in order to talk about it. I have to. I could never sit around and just bullshit like Yeah, this is originally supposed to be a two-man thing tonight, but I'm going to tell you it was going to be me and Patrick from had a Cheeto review, but I like just like I told him, I say I love going solo. I love doing these things solo. I like doing them solo better than I do with a partner all the time, depending on the partner. But you know, yes, it definitely is prison. Definitely, I like to listen to other people. But I'm saying, as far as me, I couldn't come up with theories that I believe in. So I love listening to theories. I watch that shit all the time. One of my favorite channels, he doesn't really do theories, but I've been watching a lot of them lately. Behind the Mask. If anyone hasn't watched him, go and check him out. Subscribe to him. He's really good with it. Also, Mr. Black from oh God, what is that? Remember, he calls him Mr. Black. He does a hell of a job. He's got a great voice. Yes, it is exercise of creativity. Well, I mean, I think I do exercise of creativity. I just think that each person does it in their own way. Maybe is what I'm saying. But if you look at it from a realist, actually happening point of view, character wise, say this is real. That's definitely building up their life. Well, I was hoping that this would be a good this would be a good watch and a good commentary piece, a good interesting project. It's one of my favorites. And anytime I do that, I like my favorites. I almost would prefer to do alone because it's when I can really do the commentary and everything that I want to do, and I don't have to. I can make sure I get it all out. And this is one that that I hope it's good. So, has anyone seen Wildlife? Oh, I love Wildlife. As a matter of fact, if you look at my horror recommendations on my channel, go to my playlist and go to my horror recommendations. I have a shitload of those saved. I love his theory on Michael Myers. His theory on Michael Myers is fucking awesome. He comes at that from a completely different point of view. And if you've seen Wildlife Michael Myers, you know exactly what I mean. With his sister and everything, he always had her to himself and not, you know what I mean? So he takes it from the supernatural boogeyman point and he mixes it in with some true emotion that took him to that boogeyman point, which is really cool. Wildlife's creative, man. Wildlife's really good. Really good. Glad you mentioned that. Yeah. But go there and look at my horror. I got a lot of shit on there, shit like that. Lately, I've been putting Godfather stuff on there too. Yeah, Wildlife does a really good job narrating it and you know, very good spooky feel to it. Yeah. I also I also love his one on the Time Atlantis, like all of them. What's her name from Precious? On and on and on. It's really good. Good man, good man, good man, sir. All right. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. Let's see. I'm going to. What was I going to show you? What was I going to do after this? I do not remember now. I'm gonna. But you know, but like I said, I'm finishing up editing and I'm making an intro kind of like mine, except it's going to be a mixture of mine and night stuff. And I'm going to finish it, and hopefully tomorrow, check it out. If you don't have the bell clicked for my channel, click that motherfucker because pilot episode of And Horror for All with team up a weekly team up of me and Night from Night Watch Zone. We're doing a horror show and we're talking horror. We're delving into it. Doing what we do, man. Um, I'm looking forward to it, and I got my other shit coming out still too. All that stuff I talked about, I'm still doing. It's just this show jumped in at this time, and I kind of made it priority for a minute because I really want this to work out and go well, and take took on a big responsibility with the editing and all that shit. So be careful, man. Be careful, you guys. It's cold. Try to stay out of that shit as much as you can. Take care of each other. Keep each other warm. Have a great Christmas. And hopefully I'll have that premiere for you guys tomorrow. Much love to you guys. Thank you very much once again. I'm always so appreciative. Probably talk to you here in a little bit, Ninja. Prism, man. Have a great Christmas. Thank you for always supporting me and being so loyal, man. You're just a cool fucking dude. Deep too, I found. Very deep, man. That's something I'm still kind of thinking about. But I'm rambling on. Hope you enjoyed Black Christmas. I'll be doing Behind the Mask next week. Like I said, be a pilot episode of In Horror for will be coming out, and all this other crap that I'm doing. The best 1981. Much love to you. Remember, I'm Gorephobe, and you guys are not. Have a great night.